Hey folks, my name is Dale Davidson. Today, instead of me being the VA guy, I am the nursing home guy. So thanks for tuning in today. Hey, if you like what we're doing here, please hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell as well, because that really helps us out a lot. So if you have any topics that you want to hear about with respect to nursing home and asset protection, estate planning, VA, whatever it may be you want to hear about, leave me a comment below or send me an email to dearvaguy@gmail.com. So what are we doing in today's video? Today we've got a mailbag. So we're going to do a kind of like a Dear Abby for the nursing home guy. So here's our first letter. Dear nursing home guy, my father, who's disabled, lives with my grandmother, and they live on a 100-acre farm that is owned half with my grandmother and then half with my uncle. My grandmother needs to go into a nursing home, but they're afraid that they will lose her half of the farm, and so what do we do? In addition, they had a family attorney deed a life estate from my grandmother to her son about 3 years ago. We don't know if that was correct or not. Please help us if you can. Okay, so a lot of different issues rolling around here. The first is this life estate deed. Now, back in 2006, the law changed with respect to life estate deeds. And we used to be able to do those a lot. Now, you can still do those, that's okay. But the problem is you've taken an otherwise exempt asset and then you've converted it into a non-exempt asset. So in this case, you've got her half interest in the farm where she lives, so it's her homestead, okay, which would otherwise be exempt, but now you've made a transfer of that interest to the son. Now, keeping a life estate is okay, but the problem is now you've got a question as to eligibility, because now that farm is not really homestead anymore, really, because you've given away the entire amount of the property, keep reserving it to yourself just the right to live there. And so now you've given a gift, and then now you've also got a value to that life estate. So there are some techniques you can use to correct that, okay? But the good news in this situation here, that doesn't happen in a lot of situations, is because your father is living with your grandmother and he's disabled, there are some exceptions to the transfer rules. So we're not going to have to worry about the 60-month look-back period, but we still need to look at the whole situation because of the fact that that transfer might disqualify him from benefits if his assets are too large. So give us a call. I'm sure we'll have to unwind some things from this previous attorney, but that's okay. We do it all the time. No harm, no foul, but we can certainly help you. Just give us a call or send me an email at dearvaguy@gmail.com, dearvaguy@gmail.com. Be glad to help you. So here's our second letter. Dear nursing home guy, saw one of your videos and thought we would write to you. We have about a 1,000-acre farm in Georgia. My grandmother is currently healthy, but we're scared that she would have to go into a nursing home. So can you help us? Let me give you some background. So many years ago, my grandmother's CPA recommended that we put the farm in a corporation. Is that going to be a problem? So, number one, never ever, and did I say never ever? I said never ever 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 put real estate in a corporation, okay? It's too hard to get out, especially in these kinds of situations. Yes, we can help with the asset protection plan and do some proactive planning with respect to protecting the corporation, not the farm, because the farm's in the corporation, but we can protect that corporation from being counted against your grandmother through some various techniques and some exceptions to the rules that we have here in Georgia. So all you got to do is give us a call. Now, the issue would be what happens, because at some point in time, that corporation has got to be liquidated. I mean, usually corporations live on until eternity, but in this case, it sounds like y'all are going to probably dissolve the corporation upon your grandmother's death and distribute the land out. Again, we can do that. We can minimize the taxes associated with that, because there's two types of issues here. There's the inside basis, okay? That's the basis or the value that land was when grandma and granddad bought it, okay? Maybe they bought it for $200,000, okay? So that's the inside basis. But the value of the land might be $1 million, don't know. So if you took that land out of the corporation right now, then you'd have an $800,000 dividend subject to ordinary income taxes. So we've got some techniques that can help you avoid those types of taxes, but you've got to give us a call, but we can help. I hope that answers your question. And so anyway, so here's my third letter. My mother lives in Florida, and I know you're in Georgia. Now, she has a house in Florida, and she has land in Georgia. She's got to go into a nursing home, but what do we do to protect not only her house in Florida, but her land in Georgia also? So it depends upon when she's going into the nursing home. But Florida has a technique. It's called a lump sum caregiver agreement, where your mother can give you or a sibling, whoever's taking care of her, the house as well as the land in Georgia, and that's okay. Now, you got to do that before she goes into the nursing home, and you've got to have some services under your belt as far as being able to, having to prove that you've been taking care of mom. But that lump sum caregiver agreement might be the way to go in that situation. Now, I'm reading kind of between the lines here, and it sounds like, I know it says y'all live here in Georgia. I'm guessing that you'll probably move mom to Georgia here soon. So the question is, would Georgia respect the lump sum caregiver agreement? Well, as long as everything's legal by Florida standards, then Georgia would have to accept that lump sum caregiver agreement. If not, then we'll just have to go have a little hearing with the administrative law judge. It's called the Constitution, by the way, and the full faith and credit, not full, yeah, where one state has to respect the other state's laws. Okay, not sure what the exact constitutional amendment is on that. But yes, we can help you, but all you got to do is give us a call. Send us an email at dearvaguy@gmail.com, dearvaguy@gmail.com. Give us a time when you can come meet with us, and we'll tell you what information you need to bring. So that's all we got for today from the nursing home guy, or the asset protection guy. We hope we have given you some things to think about. It may look dark out there, okay, as far as not knowing what to do. Mom or dad or grandparents going into a nursing home, and you want to preserve and protect their assets for their long-term care. Even if they're just going into a nursing home in the next few weeks, or even in the nursing home, there are ways that we can help you. All you got to do is give us a call. So until next time, you be blessed. Thank you.
No more whiskey, I'll have a Coke. Catching bass on an old fishing boat. One more story from Grandpa Joe. Let's get happy before